Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about storage for your cigars, both large humidors and small humidors. But in the interim, we're going to take a look at this cigar right here. That is a Henry Clay Dominican Republic cigar, and that little white spot on the outer wrapper of the cigar is a blemish, and that came because there was a shower that came across the tobacco field, and a little glob of water was sitting on the leaf and bleached it, and it made that little imperfection. Doesn't affect the flavor at all. So stay tuned while we talk about some more cigar storage. We'd like to ask that you please subscribe, hit the like button, and the notify to stay current with our content. Thank you. Now here we see a small humidor for your tabletop or desktop. It holds about 50 cigars. It has a humidifier and it has a moisturizer that you soak in water. It also has little partitions which divide the cigar box into compartments so you can separate a cigar by sizes, by flavor, whatever you like to do to divide them up. But anyway, that's a small little desktop humidor, and they're not hard to come by. You can sometimes, like from Thompson Cigar, Holt Cigar, Cigar International, other cigar companies, they will give you the cigar box with some cigars at a reduced price. Now, here's an individual tube for carrying one cigar. It goes in and it protects the cigar from being crushed or cracked or anything like that. So that's how you can carry and protect one cigar. So now you've seen where you can store your cigars. Then you have these. These are little humidors, they're called, and or herfordors, and they have moisturizers in them. They have foam, and you can lay anywhere from 4 to 8 cigars in these and keep them from being crushed. Keeps them nice and fresh. So if you're going out camping or something, you can take cigars with you, and you don't have to worry about them. So there's a little portable cigar holder for you, and then there's one from a different company. Now inside of this, the gasket's coming off of it, but there is the leather cigar case for your pocket. Will hold 4 cigars of various sizes. You can see right there, that's from about 1975 or so. Bought that at the Tinder box in New Orleans, and it was made in Spain. So that's what it looks like. And we also have a bunch of guillotine cigar cutters in there as well, and we'll work on getting a new gasket for that. But again, we don't carry the cigars out in public that much that we need to carry 8 cigars with us. We mainly have them on the back porch at home. So there's a look at a little bit of some of the containers that you have. Now let's take a look at some of the bigger containers that you might have with your cigars. Now, many years ago, I received this from some friends of mine. It's from the Thompson Cigar Company. It holds about 250 cigars. It has 3 levels inside of it. It's a nice humidifier. Now, you have to provide all the moisture for it, but it does provide you storage. It is all Spanish cedar lined, and then you have a space up there at the top for your humidifiers. You also have humidifiers you can put in there. And you can see that you have a hygrometer, so you can tell what the moisture content of your humidor is. And then you have these little moisturizer pads that you soak in water, reverse osmosis water preferably, and that will keep your humidor moisturized. And as you can see right there, there's one of the trays that contain the little blocks. Now these will lay down in the humidor. You have 4 of them right there. You soak them in water, and then they will help regulate the humidity in there with the Spanish cedar on the sides. And then we also have some other humidifiers that we add to there. You can also spray it with a mist of water. You can see the ledges on either side for holding the bottom shelf, so you can have cigars right there. Then you have another shelf that comes in. It has a bunch of partitions so you can lay out different size or different flavors of cigars. That one right there goes in a small cigar box on your desktop, but here are the ones that will fit the trays that go in this big humidor that you have to provide the moisture for. And again, it's from the Thompson Cigar Company. But anyway, you have all these trays that fit and nestle inside of it, so you can store quite a few cigars. Now, it behooves you to lay out cigars by flavor or size on each level so that you're not having to dig out your one from the very bottom. So now let's take a look at another version of this. Now here are the trays going back in there. We put the bottom tray in with all the partitions on it. We only have enough cigars out here on the screened-in back porch to fill this, barely fill this top shelf, and you can see it goes in there. We also have a moisturizer container, we have a hygrometer, and then we have an individual moisturizer that looks like a cigar that you can soak in water, and it will go into a small humidor. And then, like I said, there's a cigarillo sized cigar. But there's a look at the Thompson big behemoth that, again, I was given a few years ago. And then finally, in something more automatic, here's a digital humidifier, holds 250 cigars, and you can see I set the temperature at 70 and the humidity at 75, has a big pan of water, has a built-in light in it, and as you can see I have a wide variety of cigars in there, keeping them at their optimum freshness. You can open it up and you can see that they fit on several shelves. It's not crowded or anything like that. I keep the small cigars in the bottom, and then that bottom pan contains the reverse osmosis water, which keeps the humidity control. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's looking at some cigar humidors, from desktop to carryable to a big one for sitting as a piece of furniture to a digital one that you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's. So I hope you found all this useful and informative. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having fun at your house today. You know, forget buying expensive toys for your kittens and cats. We find that just taking the aircraft spruce box and the paper on the tile floor is more than enough amusement for them for hours.